It's 7 in the morning. Your toddler refuses to get dressed. You ask them to put on their shoes. They melt down. You're already running late. Stress is rising, and the day hasn't even started. What if I told you that the first 30 minutes of your toddler's morning are doing something far more important than just getting them dressed and out the door? Those 30 minutes are wiring their brain for emotional regulation, cooperation, resilience, and confidence. And the routines you use or don't use during that time are shaping how your child will handle stress, transitions, and challenges for the rest of their life. Today, we're breaking down 4 powerful morning routines backed by developmental neuroscience that literally rewire your toddler's brain for success. These aren't complicated. They take minutes, but they influence how your child processes stress, manages emotions, cooperates, and builds independence every single day. Drawing from research by Harvard's Center on the Developing Child and attachment theory pioneered by John Bowlby, I'm going to show you why mornings act as a neurological launch sequence and how small changes can dramatically reduce resistance, tantrums, and chaos while building the foundation for lifelong emotional health. Let's start with why mornings matter so much for brain development. Between ages 1 and 5, your child's brain is in hyperdrive. It's forming over 1 million neural connections every second. And those connections are shaped by experience, especially repetitive, predictable experiences like morning routines. The way your child starts their day doesn't just affect their mood that morning. It programs their nervous system's baseline. It teaches their brain, is the world safe or chaotic? Can I trust the people around me? Do I have control over my environment? Can I handle transitions and challenges? When mornings are chaotic, rushed, and filled with conflict, your toddler's nervous system learns that mornings equal stress. Their cortisol levels spike. Their amygdala, the brain's alarm center, stays activated. And over time, this becomes their default state. They wake up already braced for stress, which makes them more reactive, more resistant, and more prone to meltdowns. But when mornings are predictable, calm, and connection-focused, the opposite happens. The nervous system learns safety. Cortisol stays regulated. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation and decision-making, stays online. And your child becomes more cooperative, more resilient, and better able to handle the challenges of the day. Dr. Bruce Perry, a leading neuroscientist, explains that the developing brain is use-dependent. Whatever patterns are repeated become the brain's default wiring. So if your toddler experiences calm, connected mornings repeatedly, their brain wires for calm and connection. If they experience chaos and stress repeatedly, their brain wires for reactivity and dysregulation. The good news? You have the power to influence that wiring starting today. So, let's dive into the 4 routines. Routine 1, connection before direction. This is the foundation of everything. Before you give your toddler any instructions, before you ask them to get dressed, brush teeth, or eat breakfast, you connect first. And connection doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be as simple as this. You walk into their room. You smile. You make eye contact. You say their name warmly. Good morning, sweetheart. You might give them a hug, rub their back, or just sit on the edge of their bed for 30 seconds and be present. What just happened? You activated their social engagement system. You told their nervous system, you're safe. I'm here. We're together. This connection primes their brain for cooperation because humans, even tiny ones, are hardwired to cooperate with people they feel connected to. But when you skip connection and go straight to direction, get up, we're late, hurry up, put your clothes on, you're activating their stress response. They feel rushed, pressured, and disconnected. And the brain in stress mode doesn't cooperate. Harvard's Center on the Developing Child calls this serve and return. You serve connection, warmth, presence. Your child returns with trust, openness, and cooperation. This simple shift, connection before direction, reduces power struggles because you're working with your child's nervous system instead of against it. Dr. Dan Siegel teaches that you can't expect a child to follow instructions when their nervous system is in threat mode. You have to regulate them first, and connection is regulation. Before we continue, if you're already seeing how mornings could look completely different just by leading with connection, I need you to do something. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell me, do your mornings start with connection or chaos? Subscribe to the Parenting Blueprint for brain-based parenting strategies that actually work. We also have a membership with 2 exclusive levels offering deeper dives, early access, and a community of parents using these exact routines. If you're ready for calmer mornings and a more emotionally regulated child, check it out below. Now let's continue. Routine 2. Create a predictable visual morning sequence. Toddlers thrive on predictability. Their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that handles planning, time awareness, and transitions, is still developing. So, when mornings feel random or chaotic, their brain doesn't know what's coming next, and that unpredictability triggers stress. But when there's a clear, predictable sequence, the brain relaxes. It knows what to expect, and knowing what to expect creates safety, which reduces resistance and meltdowns. Here's how to implement this. Create a simple visual morning routine chart with your toddler. Use pictures or drawings for each step. Wake up, get dressed, brush teeth, eat breakfast, shoes on. Keep it to 4 or 5 steps maximum. Hang it at your toddler's eye level. Then, every morning, walk through the chart together. Point to each picture as you do it. Look, we just got dressed. Next is brushing teeth. This does 2 powerful things. First, it gives your toddler a sense of control and mastery. They can see the sequence. They know what's next. They're not just being told what to do, they're following a process they understand. Second, it reduces the cognitive load on their developing brain. Instead of trying to remember verbal instructions, which require working memory that toddlers don't have much of yet, they can reference the visual chart. This makes transitions smoother because the chart becomes the authority, not you. Instead of battling with your toddler about getting dressed, you point to the chart. What's next on our chart? Oh, getting dressed. Let's do it. You're no longer the bad guy enforcing rules. You're the guide helping them follow their own routine. Neuroscience research shows that predictable routines actually change the brain's stress response. When a child knows what to expect, cortisol levels stay lower. The amygdala doesn't fire as often, and the hippocampus, which stores memories and patterns, reinforces the routine as safe and familiar. Over time, the routine becomes automatic. Your toddler's brain doesn't have to work hard to figure out what's next. It just flows. And that flow reduces resistance, tantrums, and exhaustion for both of you. Routine 3. Offer controlled choices to build independence and confidence. Toddlers are in a developmental stage where they're trying to assert autonomy. This is healthy and necessary. But when every moment of the morning is dictated by you, their need for control gets frustrated, and that frustration shows up as resistance, defiance, or meltdowns. The solution? Offer controlled choices within the routine. Not unlimited freedom, which overwhelms them, but 2 simple options that you're okay with either way. Do you want to wear the blue shirt or the red shirt? Do you want to brush teeth first or get dressed first? Do you want to sit in the big chair or the little chair for breakfast? These choices are small, but they're powerful. They give your toddler a sense of agency. They feel like they have control over their morning, which satisfies their developmental need for autonomy. And when that need is met, cooperation increases because they're not fighting you for control. They already have it within boundaries you've set. Dr. Alison Gopnik, a developmental psychologist, explains that even very young children have an intrinsic drive for mastery and independence. When we support that drive by offering choices, we're building confidence. We're teaching them, you are capable. You can make decisions. Your preferences matter. And that belief, I am capable, becomes the foundation of lifelong confidence and resilience. But when we control every aspect of their morning, when we don't allow any input or choice, we send the opposite message. You can't be trusted to make decisions. You need me to do everything for you. And that belief leads to dependence, insecurity, and resistance. Here's the key. The choices you offer must be real. Don't offer a choice and then override it when you don't like their answer. If you ask, "Do you want the blue shirt or the red shirt?" and they pick blue, honor it, even if you think red looks better. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is empowerment. And when children feel empowered in small, age-appropriate ways, they become more cooperative in areas where they don't have a choice. Routine 4. End the morning with a connection ritual before separation. Whether your toddler is going to daycare, preschool, or staying home with a caregiver, the moment of separation is emotionally significant. How you handle that transition affects how they feel for the rest of the day. If the goodbye is rushed, distracted, or filled with anxiety, your toddler's nervous system registers that as unsafe. They might cling, cry, or become dysregulated. But if the goodbye includes a brief, predictable connection ritual, their nervous system stays calm because they know what to expect and they feel secure in your bond. Create a simple goodbye ritual. It could be a special hug, a high five and "I love you," or a phrase you always say. "See you after nap time. I love you to the moon." Keep it short, warm, and consistent. The consistency is what matters. When your toddler knows exactly how the goodbye will go every single time, it removes uncertainty. And removing uncertainty reduces anxiety. Here's the neuroscience behind why this works. Attachment research shows that toddlers need secure base and safe haven. You are their secure base, the person they return to for safety and connection. When you leave, even temporarily, their attachment system activates. They need reassurance that you'll come back and that the separation is safe. A predictable goodbye ritual provides that reassurance. It says, "This is normal. This happens every day. I always come back." Over time, this builds secure attachment, which is the foundation for emotional regulation, confidence, and healthy relationships throughout life. Dr. Mary Ainsworth's strange situation studies showed that children with secure attachment handle separations better, explore more confidently, and regulate emotions more effectively. And secure attachment is built through thousands of small, consistent moments of attunement and predictability. Your morning goodbye ritual is one of those moments. Now let's talk about the long-term impact of these 4 morning routines. When you practice connection before direction, use visual predictability, offer controlled choices, and end with a secure goodbye, you're not just making mornings easier. You're shaping your child's brain architecture. You're teaching emotional regulation. Every time you connect before directing, your toddler's brain learns that stress can be managed through relationship, not isolation. You're teaching cooperation. Every time you follow the visual routine, your toddler's brain learns that structure and predictability are safe and that following a process leads to success. You're building independence and confidence. Every time you offer choices, your toddler's brain learns that they are capable, that their preferences matter, and that they can handle small decisions. And you're creating secure attachment. Every time you honor the goodbye ritual, your toddler's brain learns that separations are temporary, that you always come back, and that the relationship is strong enough to survive distance. These lessons don't stay confined to mornings. They generalize to the rest of your child's life. A toddler who learns emotional regulation through connected mornings becomes a child who can handle disappointment at school. A toddler who experiences predictable routines becomes a child who feels safe in structure and can adapt to new environments. A toddler who gets to make small choices becomes a child who believes in their own competence and takes on challenges. And a toddler with secure attachment becomes an adult who forms healthy, stable relationships and trusts themselves and others. So here's your action plan. Starting tomorrow morning, implement these 4 routines. First, connection before direction. Before any instructions, connect. Eye contact, warmth, presence. 30 seconds. That's it. Second, create a visual morning chart. Draw or print pictures of the morning sequence. Walk through it together every day. Third, offer 2 controlled choices: shirt color, breakfast option, which step to do first. Fourth, create a goodbye ritual. A hug, a phrase, a gesture. Keep it consistent. You don't have to do all 4 perfectly on day 1. Pick 1 or 2 and build from there, but commit to consistency. The power of these routines isn't in doing them once. It's in doing them every single day until they become automatic, until your toddler's brain wires them in as the new normal. Within 2 weeks, you'll notice less resistance. Within a month, mornings will feel completely different. And within a year, you'll see the long-term benefits in your child's confidence, cooperation, and emotional resilience. Before we close, I need to hear from you. Hit that like button if this gave you a clear plan for transforming your mornings. Drop a comment and tell me, which of these 4 routines are you going to start tomorrow? Or if mornings are already going well, what's your secret? Subscribe to the Parenting Blueprint for more brain-based strategies that make parenting easier and more effective. Share this with a parent who's drowning in morning chaos. They need to know there's a better way. Remember, mornings aren't just about getting out the door. They're a neurological launch sequence. They set the tone for your toddler's nervous system, their sense of safety, their belief in their own capability, and their trust in you. When you get mornings right, you're not just surviving the day. You're shaping a brain. And that brain will carry the patterns you establish now for the rest of their life. Connection before direction. Predictable routines. Controlled choices. Secure goodbyes. 4 simple routines. Lifelong impact. Start tomorrow. Your toddler's brain is waiting.